kids, Mr. and Fly here, hope you're well. Now it's cold, wet and horrible outside, so I thought it was time I came back into the garage and did a bit of farkling. Bought myself a few bits and pieces for the bike. The first bit I'm going to show you today are the Touratech handguards. Now these are extension handguards that fit onto the existing BMW item. They look a bit like this, they're just a piece of plastic, and they fit inside there somehow, like that. And just give your hands a little bit more protection from the elements. So the job today is to do that. Now, although it's obviously a very straightforward fit, the downside of it is you do have to drill some holes into the original handguard. So that's going to be the tricky bit. So stick around, stay tuned. Let's see how we get on. So it's often an idea I've found over the years to actually read the instructions with these things. So just a quick check to see what we get with these. So there are some quite comprehensive instructions, but let's face it, this is dead easy. You obviously get two handguards, one for each side, complete with pre-drilled holes. You get your hardware fixings, which look like they come with a bit of thread lock and some of those nylock nuts as well. So all pretty straightforward. According to this, just need myself a screwdriver and a 4mm drill. So let's crack on. Okay, so I think I'll have a go at the right hand grip first for no good reason other than I fancy it. So when you hold these up here, they do sort of snap in quite nicely. There's a little bit of flexibility that you're going to have to work around. So I think it's going to be quite tricky actually to get the holes exactly right. So on the principle that you only get one chance to drill a hole, I think I'm going to be pretty want to get this, make sure I'm really accurate at this. So I think what I'll do is tape that in position with some gaffer tape and mark them, and maybe even drill them in situ if I can, at least a pilot hole, and that way hopefully you won't have any errors. So let's get a bit of tape and stick that on there. Okay, so that seems like that's going to be held pretty much in the right position. Maybe a little bit there just to be doubly sure. Gaffer tape, what will we do without it? Such good stuff. Just pull that in there. Okay, and that's not moving there. Right, so I'm going to just do a little 3mm pilot hole through the hole that's already in there. That is pre-drilled by Touratech, just to make sure I get the location exactly right. Of course, these are in an awkward position to get the drill into it, isn't that always the case? So I'm probably going to have to hold the lever back while I do it, or fiddle around with this position of this as I go, but let's see how we get on. Okay, so it's really awkward to get that in there, and this doesn't really want to bend enough that I can get a good clean shot at it. So on second thoughts, I think what I'll do, looking at this, I think it looks like the front of the handguard just unscrews anyway. I think I'll take the handguard off and actually do it off the bike. Is going to make for a cleaner cut. Okay, so just a couple of bolts, get this off. Making sure I don't lose any spacers, etc. There you go. And then this little one at the front here. Just holding that in. Is there a nut on the back? Oh no, it's just on a little bracket with a thread on it. Like so. And make sure we don't lose that. In fact, that's going to stay put. Good, okay, well if you're going to do one of these things, you might as well do it properly, so let's give that a go with the drilling. So, over here on the workbench I think is a much better option for the drilling. Let's try and give that a reasonably sound platform to drill on, and I'll go with my pilot hole again. See how we get on. Much better. Okay, excellent. So that's the pilot. Now let's do the same with the other one. There we go, nice and clean. Definitely the way to do it is to take it off. Okay, now we've got our nice neat pilot holes. Let's go ahead and put in the slightly larger hole. One, drills through there very neatly. Two. Right, let's get it bolted up. Okay, so it's going to fit in there. Let's just do them loosely to start with. Make sure they fit in there. Washer on the back. And then one of these little nylon locking nuts. There she blows. Washer. Locking nut. There we are, excellent. Fits on there a treat, looks okay. Okay, so I'll stick her back on the bike, tighten her all up. Good stuff. Okay, so we'll stick this one on here first, just loosely position her. Get our bar end weight, spacers, etc. There. Not too tight. Perfect. Nice and sound. So it all works fine. All good. Great. Looks absolutely fine. Good-o. So just got the other one to do and then we're good to go. Okay, so there we are, job done. They're both fitted, they're both all tightened up. They've gone on really easily and really well. I'm always a little bit sceptical when you have to start drilling holes in your bike, but actually that worked really well. No difficulty at all. You've got to take your time, make sure you mark things up properly, and away you go. You can't go wrong. Well, you can go wrong, but just mark things up properly. So there we have it. That's the Touratech handguard extensions. Hopefully it'll mean that I won't have to use my heated grips quite so early this year. I think they look great. So until next time, this has been the Missenden Fly. Cheerio.